At the critical moment, a dart hit the monster's shoulder. Juno emerged from the shadows like a movie hero, swiftly dealing with it. Juno told the two about Hal's tragic fate. Beth couldn't escape either, and Sarah was missing, last seen battling a monster. Sam found monsters eyeless, guessing they hunt by sound like bats, perhaps due to dark, damp habitats. Total Nightcrawler vibes. Juno mentioned that she just saw markings left by people 100 years ago. If they follow those breadcrumbs, they could find their way out of this creepy place. However, Juno's illness flared up, refusing to leave until finding Sarah. Meanwhile, Sarah, torch in hand, encountered Icy Beth. In her last breath, she warned Sarah it was Beth's fear, urging not to trust Juno, find her own way out. To prove her innocence, she pulled out Juno's necklace and told Sarah that it was a gift from her husband to Juno. Talk about a juicy scam. It even had "Love You Every Day" inscribed on it. Suddenly, monster sounds echoed nearby, and Beth pleaded with Sarah to end her suffering. Talk about. After a mental tug of war, Sarah decisively grabbed a rock and put Beth out of her misery. What a merciful way to go. Just as Sarah wrapped up her grim task, a little monster lunged at her, but with the size and strength difference, she easily handled. Hearing the noise, a female monster sniffed, found no kids breathing, and shrieked to summon others. What a noisy neighbor. In a panic, Sarah retreated and plummeted into a pool of ketchup. Quite a literal interpretation of desperation served with a twist of tomato. Suddenly, the female monster jumped in two, and they began brawling. It was a real monster showdown. Sarah lay silent, the monster on her head. When it relaxed, she grabbed the big bone like the invincible cat. Late in the scuffle, Sarah launched a sneak attack from behind, delivering a deadly blow. What a sneaky weapon. After a fierce struggle, Sarah and the little monsters reached a truce, both holding up their big bones as she laughed maniacally, releasing her pent-up anger. Meanwhile, Juno heard the commotion, and Sam and Rebecca nervously thought Sarah was probably beyond help. They wanted to drag Juno away quickly, but she refused to abandon Sarah and turn back for a rescue mission. The monsters raced towards Sarah, and Juno happened to notice this, quickly making sounds to successfully draw the monsters' attention. Unable to pass through the entrance ahead, Juno had to follow Rebecca and Sam as they ran, and Sam reached a cliff's edge. Above were rock spikes tying a rope let them cross, yet her prior hand injury made climbing hard. She looked up only to find a monster right above her, which scratched her neck. Talk about nowhere to run. Before her demise, she stabbed the monster with a knife while dangling in the air, revealing her desperate intentions. Just then, more and more monsters swarmed in, and Juno wanted to help, but it was too late. After contemplation, Juno jumped off the cliff, falling into a pond. To talk about style. In the water, she spotted the monster Sam had injured earlier, instantly kicking off an underwater battle. Juno fiercely attacked with the monster's knife and easily took it down, then began to climb up the wall. Finally, she encountered Sarah at a hole, who asked about Beth's whereabouts. Juno lied, saying Beth had been attacked by a monster and couldn't escape, and Sarah didn't press any. The two searched for an exit following the path markings. Just ahead, 3 monsters blocked their way. Thus, they showcased the prowess. Juno defeated 2, and Sarah wasn't outdone in one-on-one. The 3 monsters fell easily. They won. After, Sarah grasped her axe, staring at Juno. Seeing Juno's necklace, Sarah knew. Upon hearing monsters, she injured Juno's leg. A phantom attack. She aimed to buy herself time to escape, and eventually found the exit, seeing the light of hope and climbing out successfully. Sarah sprinted to the parking lot, jumped in her car, and fled this bizarre place, driving for ages before stopping for a break, only to realize it was all just a wild fantasy. She hadn't managed to escape from the dark cave at all. This was truly an unshakable nightmare. Just then, an old man driving to rescue nearly crashed into a deer in the middle of the road. Freaking out, Sarah from the first film appeared by his window, nearly giving the old man a heart attack. The scene shifted to the cave's entrance. This rescue mission was to find the girls who perished in the first movie, and since Juno was the local councillor's niece, the police and media were all over it. The rescue team had been searching for 2 days with 0 leads. It was made up of 3 members, with the captain hilariously named Big Strom. The 2 other team members were Little Handsome and Little Beauty, and after 6 hours of searching, they returned empty-handed. Just then, the sheriff got a tip that Sarah, one of the missing people, had been found, and he ordered his team to bring a tracking dog over. He hoped to use Sarah's scent to locate her exit, instructing his team to keep everything hush-hush until they figured it out. He reminded his team to keep the news secret, in case Sarah's hospitalized. Head rushed there. After talking to the doctor, Sarah was safe but had minor scrapes and forgot the past 2 days. Her clothes were splattered with blood, but none of it was hers. The sheriff then ordered the doctor to extract blood samples from her clothes for comparison with the other 5 victims. When Sarah woke up, the officers bombarded her with questions, but she had completely lost her memory and couldn't recall a thing that had happened. When the officers mentioned Juno, Sarah went into a frenzy, shouting her daughter's name while the officers tried to calm her down. "Pull yourself together." Sarah refused to cooperate. Officers, the old man, and the tracking dog found a chapel by a scent. They let the dog in to sniff for clues, but after a long wait, there was no response. The dog suddenly bolted out of the chapel.